Hey, I'm the One Nerd, and this is another video on my Console.log vlog video. This currently broadcasting from a camp in Russia. It's an English camp at the minute. But I thought I'd tell you, these Console.log vlog videos are always just me just riffing, not really like my other videos where it's technical overviews or code overviews or anything like that. Just a guy talking to the camera, basically. So in this vlog I thought I'd just riff on programmer burnout. So programmer burnout, if you're not aware, is basically when you're a programmer, obviously, and you just are overworked, stressed, and you get to the point where basically you just get fried from programming and you don't want to do it anymore. You lose your initial enthusiasm, usually it's on a project or some large thing, and you just can't program anymore. You don't have the will power to want to do it, or the drive that maybe you once had to do it. And this can vary in extremities, but sometimes people will just completely go away from programming and just not want to touch it again. The most extreme example, and then a lesser extreme example, maybe they just take a break for a long extended period of time. Now, I've experienced this myself in varying degrees. I've never really fully lost my enthusiasm for programming and just creating things digitally. That's never happened. But I do know certainly I've been in situations where it's just it's too much that I'm just consumed and obsessed with it to the point where it's detrimental to other parts of my life, and as a result I've just had to take a break from programming for a while. I've had that. I've never really experienced full burnout where I've always been consistently quite interested in developing and programming since I was like 19. But certainly I was just to speak about recently, so I'll go into detail. Like, I work 2 developer jobs, remote ones, for two different projects, which are very different projects. Well, similar in a way, they're both React projects, but also different in terms of what they do and the complexity of the code bases as well. So I've been working quite hard recently, obviously, of course, with balancing the camp work that I'm doing at the minute as a teacher. So I've struggled a bit with this, but the main things I think, if you want to maintain sanity and avoid burnout, is these are quite common sense really, but with your employer, make sure that you have sensible boundaries, and obviously crunch time happens. It's just unfortunately the nature of the industry that we work in, that crunch time is going to happen sometimes, but it shouldn't be the expectation that you have to do that all the time, and if it is, you certainly have to push back on that, I think. Nobody should have to work weekends every week for months on end. Yeah, fair enough, if a demo's coming up or a big thing or a big feature that needs to be done, the odd weekend here and there is probably okay. But if it's becoming a very regular thing, then if you set that expectation with your employer, it's bad news really. And I know it's hard. I've been in a situation where I spent like a month actually once just working weekdays and the weekends, and it's not easy to manage because obviously bottom line is you need payment and money. But I think on reflection, probably the way one should probably view it is, well, you are a worker, you have rights, and you shouldn't be working overtime, unpaid overtime, unnecessarily. I mean, of course, you could probably negotiate overtime with an employer or a client, but nobody should be working overtime and not paying you extra, really, at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but that's just a basic, fundamental right of a worker. Go beyond programming. Form a union. No, I'm joking. Or do. I mean, it's not a bad idea actually. But yeah, so mental health is a very important aspect of programming, and it's a constant battle. I mean, I've had my own issues with mental health problems in the years. I actually have a diagnosed mental health condition of bipolar 1, so it's especially important for myself to make sure that I have some time where I'm not just stuck in the code zone and not obsessively stuck in that headspace. That's another thing about it as well. It definitely is a headspace, and it actually benefits you as a programmer to step away from it sometimes. This is sort of common sense to anyone who's been programming for a while, but often your best ideas or your best breakthroughs will come in the shower or when you're going for a walk. And it's common sense, but it's very true. So yeah, I don't want to go on for too long. Those are some of my thoughts on burnout and how to avoid it. So basically, for me, I think it comes down to, and in general, it comes down to communicate with your employer, be honest, don't set an expectation which is false and isn't going to be good for your health. Look after yourself.